Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. Aerial refueling, also known as in-flight refueling or air-to-air refueling, is the process of transferring aviation fuel from one aircraft to another during a flight. In the 30s, the U.S. Army Air Corps developed the first practical aerial refueling system using a hose-and-drogue method. The KC-97 was the first widely used tanker for these aerial refueling missions. But it could only carry 18,000 gallons of fuel. Since then, the process of refueling U.S. Air Force fighter jets mid-air has become more and more insane as planes have gotten bigger and missions more complicated. The gas station of the sky is the KC-10 extender. This gigantic tanker can hold more than 350,000 gallons of gas for in-flight refills. The KC-10 was first introduced in 1981 and has since played a critical role in military operations worldwide, supporting missions ranging from humanitarian aid to combat operations. It is operated by the United States Air Force's Air Mobility Command and is capable of refueling both Air Force and Navy aircraft. Loading the KC-10 with the necessary amount of fuel is obviously one of, if not the most critical element of pre-flight preparation. Crews must fill up this behemoth of a plane with enough fuel for its flight, but also to be able to offload a significant amount to jets for specific missions. The process requires careful attention to safety and quality control to ensure that the aircraft is ready for mid-air refueling and other mission requirements. The military's KC-10s are always hard at work. The KC-10 is a large aircraft with a length of 181 feet and a wingspan of 165 feet. Despite its size and weight, it's capable of accelerating quickly, reaching speeds of over 150 miles per hour in just a few seconds. It's also a heavy aircraft, weighing over 590,000 pounds when fully loaded with fuel and cargo. The massive wings of the KC-10 provide the lift needed for takeoff, and as it gains speed, the nose of the aircraft lifts up into the air. Shortly after takeoff, the KC-10 may begin the refueling process. This involves extending the refueling boom, or drogue. In a beautifully choreographed and technically skilled maneuver. The fighter jet carefully flies closer and closer to the apparatus until the two delicately connect. Once the boom is in place, the transfer of fuel begins. Both aircraft must maintain a constant speed throughout this process. The KC-10 can transfer fuel at a rate of up to 1,100 gallons per minute. This means a typical aerial refueling operation can transfer tens of thousands of pounds of fuel in just a few minutes. The KC-10 is not always the giver. Sometimes it's the receiver. In this situation in 2015, it received fuel in flight from a KC-135 Stratotanker over northern Colorado. While primarily used as a tanker aircraft, the KC-10 is also capable of carrying cargo and personnel, making it a versatile asset for military operations. The KC-135 Stratotanker became an important aircraft for the United States military in the late 1950s and early 1960s, as the U.S. was ramping up its military involvement in the Cold War. Designed by Boeing to provide a mid-air refueling capability for the U.S. Air Force's bomber and fighter aircraft, allowing them to fly longer ranges and stay in the air for extended periods of time without needing to land and refuel. This aircraft is capable of carrying up to 200,000 pounds of fuel. It's equipped with a refueling boom, which extends from the rear of the aircraft and can be maneuvered to connect with the receiving aircraft's refueling receptacle, as well as drogue refueling pods. Those pods can be extended from the wings of the aircraft and used to refuel smaller aircraft. In a time-sensitive situation, when large quantities of fuel need to be loaded into a tanker, the military uses a process called hot pit refueling. The aircraft is literally hot because they're taking on fuel while their engines are still running, allowing for quick turnaround times between flights. Tankers are often refueled using a mobile refueling truck. Technicians hook the truck's hoses into the ground.
That is a direct line to our storage tanks, so that the fuel comes directly from our tanks through the truck and to the aircraft.
The truck is equipped with pumps that can transfer fuel at high rates. This allows the planes to take on hundreds of thousands of pounds of fuel in just a few minutes. Throughout the refueling process, the flight crew monitors the fuel levels and quality to ensure that the aircraft is taking on the correct amount and type of fuel. Once the tanks are full, the hoses are disconnected and the aircraft is ready for takeoff. If you're wondering what exactly the storage of huge volumes of jet fuel looks like, this is it.
This is what a 210,000-gallon fuel bladder looks like after it's been filled.
Fuel bladders, like a human bladder, they are soft containers that can expand to hold quantities of liquid. In this case, they spread the length of a football field. Modern fuel bladders are typically made from high-strength, puncture-resistant materials, such as nylon or polyurethane. They are designed to withstand harsh environmental conditions and are often used in remote or challenging locations where traditional fuel storage options are not feasible. Although they're made of strong materials, it's not everlasting materials. After a few years, the bladders start to break down and must be replaced. If they are not changed out, there can be leaks, loss of product, and ultimately, catastrophic failure. Overall, aerial refueling is an essential capability that allows military aircraft to perform a wide range of missions, including long-range strikes, reconnaissance, and air support. The methods used for aerial refueling may seem insane, but they have been refined over decades of use and are considered to be highly effective and safe. Looking to the future, we can only expect the fuel capacity of tankers to get even greater, and, on the ground, the fuel storage capabilities to continue to advance. Refueling technology will keep the Air Force flying high and flying far. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.